What's going on, everybody? It's TheMaximusKane with another Starfield video. Thanks for stopping by. I know it seems like I'm a little late, but no, I am not. As you saw in the thumbnail, I am right on time. The reason I'm right on time is I know that people were making the videos the same day that the Xbox Showcase came out, which was actually great, by the way. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. And everybody was releasing videos the next day, the next day, the next day. And what I wanted to do was experience the mods. Now, my last video on Starfield, I did say that hopefully we see something about Shattered Space at the Xbox Showcase, which we did. And then I said maybe we get a shadow drop. And I wasn't expecting the shadow drop to be what did come. I was hoping the shadow drop would be you could play Shattered Space now, but Shattered Space won't be out until the end of the summer, sometime in September. And on a side note that has nothing to do with COD, if you played nothing to do with Starfield, but if you played Starfield on Game Pass and then you upgraded to the better version of it, not better version, but the expensive version of it, you pay $30 for that. Same thing is going to happen on COD. COD is going to be on Game Pass for the first time. You can play that, and if you want the Vault Edition, which is the higher edition where you get all this extra stuff, you only have to pay the $30 instead of the 100 and whatever the hell they used to charge you before if you play COD, Call of Duty. So same thing happened here in Starfield. So I wanted to experience Starfield's new mods myself before I made a video for it. So that's what I did. And I'm going to show you the creation. This will come up for you. Some of them do disable your achievements. Others do not. But you will find some. Like the first one there, the Trekkers Alliance, that is made by Bethesda. That's achievement friendly. You will see some that are achievement friendly. Some will not say that. So just keep in mind, I don't have to worry about that. I've already gotten every single achievement in this game, unless they add more achievements to this game when the expansion comes out. But we'll see. There is a ton of stuff here. There was a ton of stuff when it released on Sunday, and there was even more on Monday, and more on Tuesday, more yesterday, and even today when I sat down to do the audio for this, because I had recorded this over the past couple of days, because every time I went in to record something, there was new stuff, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta put this in here. And I wanted to fit as much possible in here and not make it a long video, but I'm sorry, it is a longer video, but I hope you stick to the end so you can see one badass thing that happens at the very end. But when it comes here, if you went and upgraded to the special edition of Starfield, or you bought the physical version of it, or the whole game, you get 1,000 credits for free to start off with. The problem is, if you want another 1,000 credits, it's going to cost you $10 US, or whatever the equivalent is to $10 US wherever you live. There is, at this time, no other way to earn any creation credits, so just keep that in mind. It is something. What I'm going to show you now is essentials that I think you should download. This one is very essential. If you're like me and you're the kind of person who goes to Java 4, I put out a video before about going to Java 4, getting a whole bunch of gear, and then being able to sell it to have money. You would get it, and then you would have to go to a vendor, mostly on Neon, and then sell whatever you can, and then go and take your little nap on Venus for 6 hours, go back to Neon and sell more. And sometimes it could take 2 trips, sometimes it could take 3. With this, every vendor has 65,000 credits to start with. So you might be able to sell everything at one vendor. And one other thing that's good about this is this vendor that has 65,000 is available at your outpost now. So it is available at your outpost at the new landing pad with the ship builder on it. So you'll be able to sell everything right in your own place. There's a kiosk there. There's actually two for selling things. And then, of course, your ship builder. You can see right next to it is a mini walker there, the ATST. That is in the game in certain places. This is also essential. Avantech, they do give you those modules that do light up. So it's up to you whether or not you want to download it. It is all these are free. All these that I downloaded are free. But I think it's essential because it does help enhance the way your ship looks. And you'll see my ship. And this one, of course, the glowing modules by Inquisitor. You'll see my ship and you'll know what I'm talking about and why I think those are essential. But they're actually essential to me, but they could be optional for you. It depends what you want your ship to look like. This one, easier companion affinity. If you have your companions and you want to get through their stories, their individual storylines quicker, this is what happens to it. It gives you this. You can go through it, go through Sarah's, her personal thing, and pretty close to the beginning of the game. This is the grand all of everything. This DarkStar Astrodynamics is what you need to download. Hands down, if you don't download anything else, that's what you need to download. That is the new ship builder landing pad. And back there, that ship is called the Avenger. The DarkStar Avenger prototype ship. There are 4 of them. Versions 1 through... There are 5 of them, I'm sorry. Versions Mark 1 through Mark 5. And it is a good ship. It's only made for 2. A crew complement of 2, so you and someone else. And it does offer you a ton of things, which I will show you. One part I did end up cutting out by accident. But you can see here, this is a vendor that's on this pad. And you'll see, you can buy all these different types of Starborn outfits. And you're going to see that when I land, when I show you mine. When I recorded that part yesterday, there was only one in there yesterday. When I woke up this morning and I went there and I looked and there were so many more, I said, what in the hell just happened? And I ended up adding that to this video because there are a lot. So that is the vendor or the technician. He looks more like the hunter, but that's entirely up to you if you want to do that. But you're going to want to do it, trust me. The Inquisitor build a farm mod. We could never build this kind of thing on our outpost before. Now you can. We see it the first time we go to Aquila City, and they have it on other planets. But now if you want, you can make your farm, and then you can even incorporate the farm with a modern look of your other outpost. This Inquisitor immersive love perk, I think is essential in your opinion. In my opinion, it's semi-essential because it does give you some things when you're in a relationship and when you're not in a relationship. So you get a little bit of added things for it in terms of a few added things other than just, extra XP for sleeping. So if you're in a relationship, you get 15% more XP for 24 minutes. Your armor is stronger by 50, 10% damage resistance, and plus 10% oxygen, and plus 5% movement speed. And then you get some of that stuff when you're not in a relationship. The Inquisitor Special Forces weapons technology is cool. It does light up, but there's only 2 pieces on there right now. Trust me, there'll be more than that later. Like I said, the mods are coming in quick. They're coming in fast, and not every day. They're coming in all the time. Larger ship size. We know that we've seen it on a loading screen where it says you cannot land on a planet or anything, or you cannot make a ship that's longer than 80 meters. This increases that from 80 meters to 210. So feel free to make a big ass ship in length and height, and you'll be fine. You're not going to be limited to 80 meters anymore. This is something that's going to allow you to make a ship that's bigger. And I know that some people wanted the ship to be bigger, some people don't. I make a large ship where I usually have room for 11 to 12 crew members, but I don't use that many crew members. No angry companions is a little deceiving. They don't get mad at you if you make a mistake. For example, if you're in a firefight and you're trying to help out some good guys in a firefight in space, you accidentally hit one of them, one of the good guys, they won't get mad at you. But if you do it on purpose, they will. Just letting you know. So it's not completing no angry companions. Accidentally, they won't get mad. Purposely, they will. The observatory is not essential, but it does look great. The playable civilian clothing is something that people were wondering, well, how come all these NPCs are running around with all this shit and we can't buy those outfits for our characters or for our companions? And it seemed like the NPCs had better clothes than we did. And that's because they did. Well, this gives you the opportunity to create these at your industrial workbench. You just have to have two different materials, fiber and adhesive. Now, the power gravity power never seemed to work right, but now it does. That looks like Star Wars to me. It works like that now. He's pushing around. He's pushing more than one person. It never worked right. I downloaded this thinking that it would make the face look better. It did not. So it's disabled. You can manipulate and intimidate more with that. I don't have it enabled. This thick civilian clothing. So you have to make sure you're either getting playable civilian or thick. Because if you put the thick on, it's going to make every single character, even a male, look like that if you put one of those pieces of clothing on. So just keep that in mind. Sorry, I had to take some water. It's hot as hell at my computer. That's what I get for getting a computer this strong. And the fans are going hard. This one is literally called Shut Up Cora. And it is great because you don't have her talking, telling her stupid jokes, or her father constantly in your ear, saying, oh, a guy can do better than Constellation, or could do worse than Constellation. And it cuts down the chatter in the background. Because Sam and Cora talk a lot. And you also have your non-playable characters in the background saying, hey, you need something, Chief? Or can I help? No, you don't need that shit. And there's nothing to do except download it and make it appear. I mean, it turns on as soon as you do it. This one I like. It's funny that my character is the one that they put up there, because that's what my character looks like. I like this one because it's understandable that you use your suit on a non-breathable atmosphere, but you shouldn't have it on if you're in the safety of your own ship. And right there, he's in a breathable atmosphere. He does not have his suit on. It's equipped, but he doesn't have it on. There's no reason for him to have it on. Before, it didn't matter where you landed. The armor would only disappear when you were in a settlement and nowhere else. This one will make sure you're not wearing your armor when you're flying the ship and when you're in a breathable atmosphere, and it'll work like it normally does. You put hide in settlements and it just works like that. This is the best Starborn suit in the game since this mod released, and they have modded other ones. But this is the end-all, be-all, king of all Starborn suits, the gravest suit, and you'll see why later. In terms of stats, this is the best suit you can get. It is good, it is form-fitting, it is perfect. Now, this is not essential. The suit is, this isn't. The chrono mark they used to give to people who ordered the special edition version of Starfield. If you decide to go with that, that'll be in your room at the lodge. It'll be on the dresser, and if you go with the suit will be next to your bed, and it's only at your lodge room. It's not going to be anywhere else. So keep in mind, you get 1,000 if you've had the extra, but I'm being selective. I haven't downloaded anything. I might download Robin Locke just because she has her own little storylines, and I might end up downloading the Trackers Alliance. But you become part of the Trackers Alliance anyway. But if you have bounty on you, they'll still go after you as well. So I'm listed now as a wanted person, so I get attacked all the time, but I'm still part of the same alliance. So you can hit the Y button on Xbox. I don't know what it is on PC. I haven't tried this on PC yet to see everything that you've downloaded and if it's active. And then you get to save your load order to Bethesda.net. So if anything happens, you can just pull that up and it'll load it into the game for you. So now let's just go into the game. This is the new landing pad. I did skip something because Sarah was bothering the shit out of me. Over there where I just left, there are some containers over there that hold stuff. But there's your workbench. There's your spacesuit. There's your industrial. And there is your research lab. All of these are functional. They are right on your landing pad. And that means that if you don't want to run, if you just want to go out and hit the button to go outside and you need to make something, you can make it out here. And since you don't have to carry that stuff, as long as it's in your inventory in your ship, it'll still count. Now the reason I'm looking at this box is a DarkStar utility box. It's a small tiny box, but DarkStar, the description is the utility box has a mini universe inside, and it is a bottomless and limitless storage in there. So if for some reason you don't want to have cargo on your ship at all, you can just have one of these. Now there's one there and there's one there. Now per ship you can only have one, and per outpost you can only have one. Okay, also on this you have the navigation control, and then you have some kiosk here. DarkStar Tranquility, this one goes to Terra Brew, and that one goes to Chunks. So you have everything right there that you need. That's pretty cool, right? I'm going to show you something even cooler on this shipbuilder. Here is a Ryujin mission board. Right next to it is Crimson Fleet. Next to that, Freestar, UC, a regular mission board, Constellation mission board, and then another mission board. Why are there two mission boards, regular ones? Because if you get a mission in here and then it's empty, if you go to the other mission board, believe it or not, there might be another one in there. So that's why he put two in there. So over here is the DarkStar Starborn Services, your DarkStar Trade Authority kiosk, and the DarkStar shipbuilding. So let's go in here real quick. Now it has 52 credits because I bought I sold them a lot of shit. Now you can sell stuff in here, same thing in the Trade Authority, but look what you can buy in here. Look at this. And you can see the stats at the top. I have all increased. Okay. You have 272, 72, and then the first one, I think it says, let me see, 322. So 322, 272, and 272. Now, before it was 263, 263, 263. I think either 263 or 264. I'll know when I get to the Gravis suit. And that was where you hit the limit. One of the things that I wished that they would do is allow us to pick what our suits look like, because I don't like the suits with the rags on them. So DarkStar did the next best thing and made your suits, whichever one they are, all of the different kinds of Starborn suits, gave them all the same physical energy and everything the same, and the only things that are different are whatever is the extra at the bottom. You can also buy rare, epic, and legendary weapons here. Not just the suits. You can buy your ammo. It is expensive in this Starborn one is expensive. What's good about this is they do refill their inventory, unlike the merchant that you would find, the Starborn merchant in space. She doesn't, so when you sell anything to her or buy all of her stuff, it just stays there. And then she becomes useless maybe about after 1 or 2 times, especially if you go to Java and then you sell her everything. But here they do re-up. The vendor credits won't re-up, but the weapons and the suits will. So obviously if you're going to buy something from there, the vendor credits are going to go up again. So this is definitely different. This is just for Starborn. So if you haven't gone through it yet, it may be there, but it may not be functional. I don't know, because I've been through the Unity, I don't know, about 30, 40 times already. So I don't know. And I'm not going to try and start a new character just to make this shit. I'm not doing that, because I don't know. Trade Authority, DarkStar. This one, you can see the credits that are there. And that's not the full credits, because I bought shit from here. Plus I sold stuff from here to here. And to have that many credits, 172,983, and you can still buy your guns here. You will find some epic, you will find some rare, and you will find some legendary. And remember, all of this is right at your outpost. Look at the suits, same thing. Especially if you're a new player looking for stronger armor and stuff like that. And then of course you have your apparel, and you're going to see some of the civilian apparel that you get. The civilian apparel you can't buy, you can make, but you can sell it. So I did sell some to here. That's not what it looks like when it's on somebody else. The white one is definitely the ugliest one. It doesn't work. That one right there is horrible. Don't use that one. You can if you want, but it looks horrible. But one of the things that you can do. So this is the DarkStar shipbuilding console. Now we're going to go in here in a moment, but first I'm going to do something. Well, first there's the Trekkers Alliance bounty clearance. I have one on my ship, so it doesn't matter. But I'm going to do something over here first. I'm going to show you the Astrodynamics terminal. The Starborn armor scaling is for new players who haven't gone through the Unity, or who haven't had hit level 50 yet. That's something you'll have to look at yourself. I'm not going to start a new character just to see. The ship intercom enable or disable is up to you. What it does is enables or disables voices from other ships or anything. And I can tell you, if you disable it, it's going to be difficult to figure out if you can turn it back on. It took me a while. So make sure you do that. The Avenger prototype ship, there are 5 of them. They do not count towards your ship count. So if you have 10 ships, this will not count as 5 more. And then this is the most important part of this whole terminal. The VIP cheat. So I just deactivated it. And now let's go into the ship builder. You're going to see my ship right at the beginning. And then I'm going to show you why that is the most important thing. Welcome to the new Forerunner. That is my ship. Things are lit up in the front. Things are lit up in the back, and they look better in space. And those are my engines. My engines right there. Just those 3 are my engines. And when you see what they can do, you'll understand. They are warp engines. Warp engines made by Aventech. And they are ridiculous. Look at the engine thrust. Look at the maneuvering thrust. Look at the max power. Trust me, if you don't want bulky engines on your ship and you want it to be smaller, those 3 are going to be all you need, and it'll give you all the power you want. They wouldn't let me put more than 3, but I think today I can put 2 more, and I don't know if I even want to do that. And you'll see why later. At the very end, I'm going to show you a demonstration of the ship. And when I did the demonstration of the ship, I didn't even know I was going to get into a battle. Under the ship, I have 2 large tanks for fuel, and I have 2 smaller tanks for fuel. They have better grav drives, better reactors, better shields. The Assurance 1800 was the strongest shield in the game before, with 1800 and a refresh regenerate of 17. This one is 4500, regen of 25. So this thing can take a beating, a real beating, and it's all depending on what you want to do. And of course, Star Wars, to my heart, the TIE Fighter wing. You can make it a X-wing if you'd like. What it's braced to is not what it's normally braced to. There is something that will make it look like the shuttle. But here we are with the frequency jammer. If you go to, you can get the frequency jammer with the Crimson Fleet, or you can go to the Red Mile to get it. This is here. Every piece that you need now, including engines, are at your base. You don't have to fly from here with an incomplete ship on your other ship to get a different engine. Everything is here. Then this is a DarkStar cloaking device. What this does is when you thrust, you get the same effect as if you were in your Starborn ship. You will turn invisible when you thrust, and when the thrust is over, you'll become visible again. And they don't, when you first click on it, they don't look like that, but he made it where it looks different. So again, you don't, there's my one over there, and there's my Ulysses HE3 tank. There's another one on the other side, but you don't see cargo, even though it's staring at you right in the face. You can see I have cargo down there that says I have a 10,825 cargo. You don't see it, but it's staring at you right in the face right now. And this man is a genius for making it this way. This is going to blow your mind. Look, this is a person or a group of people who made something that is incredibly, ridiculously. I mean, when I saw this for the first time, there's my cargo. It holds 1,000. There are some that hold more than that, but it is a weapons mount. There's another one. I have 5 on this side, 5 on the other. So when I did get it, I was like, oh shit, let me put that on there. I don't know why I turned and looked under the ship for some reason. But that is my cargo. It's just those. Now, you'll see, I'm going to show you what the difference is in what the cargo can look like. But that is my cargo, and I was wondering, does it work like a regular weapons mount? The answer is yes, it does. My weapons are mounted to the weapons mount, but those weapon mounts are still my cargo. So that's why I have 10,000. It's not weighing down my ship, so you can have it where it doesn't add to the weight, it doesn't add to the mass, but you still have a good hull, and you can make the hull better other than 1825. It's all up to you. So let's just go into the ship builder itself, and I'll show you some of those are the shields. But let's go to the cargo. Oh no, let's go to the grav drive. Now I want you to see these are 2 of the new grav drives. They're 90,160 for those grav drives. Now I'm going to show you why this Astrodynamics is so important that you should download, especially if you're a brand new player to Starfield and you don't like the ship that you're in. Especially if you are going through the Unity and you end up with a shitty freaking Starborn ship that just seems to not be able to do jack shit. You're not going to have 90,000 just for one piece at the very beginning of your game. You're not going to have that. You have to grind it out. You still need to grind out stuff, because I didn't do that unlimited ammo, unlimited there's unlimited ammo, unlimited resources. I didn't do that one because it kind of defeats the purpose. I still want to level up, and I still want to earn that, and I still want to have to go and buy it. But in terms of making a ship, sometimes it would take me 300,000 to 500,000 credits to make a ship. This ship cost just over 5,000 to make. I'm going to show you why. Let's go back to the DarkStar terminal. Let's go all the way down. VIP status cheat. All we have to do is go into it and activate it. That's it. When you go into it, you activate it. And now we're going to go back in here, and we're going to go back to the grav drives that we were just looking at a moment ago. And I want you to see the difference. Now those grav drives are only 901. So if you're early in the game and you can earn about 5,000 or 6,000, you can make a ship early in the game. And the reason for it is he made it to where if it's activated in a VIP cheat, everything only costs 1% of the original price of what it would be. So instead of 90,000, you're now only paying 901. Genius. So if anything, if you don't download anything else, I would suggest downloading this. You can make your ships, make multiple ships, and save a whole bunch of money. So I would definitely do that. When it comes to the DarkStar Avenger ship, the one that he gives you, that's only a crew complement of 2, you cannot sell it, you cannot mod it, so make sure you know what you want to use it for. This is brand new, that was there yesterday, the Avon Tech shielded cargo for the Crimson Fleet. But look at the cargo here. This is what the comm spike looks like when you're going through the Crimson Fleet storyline, and it holds 1,000 in cargo. And he made it to where he changes the outside, and it still does the same in function. That's still 1,000. That's 2,000 now with that one that he changed. The next one's going to be 2,000. 2,000. Watch the next one. 2,000. Now it's 7,500. But he ain't done yet. He didn't finish yet. So he goes to that. That's 3,000. Not putting a lot of mass on your ship either. That's 5,000. 5,000. 4,000. And then, of course, there's the 1,000 that I went with. And even the equipment plate. An equipment plate that you can put on your ship is also 1,000. Now, if you go to the one above it, that's the MDC discrete cargo instead of the XDC. That starts at 500, not 1,000 in shielded cargo. And it is shielded cargo. So you'll be able to fly almost anywhere with contraband, and especially with this shielded cargo and the jammer. You're going to have that. Now, I'm not going to take you inside of my base because there's nothing in there except for 2 modules, so these people can be there and I can appoint them there. I'm going to show you the observatory. It is strictly for aesthetic purposes. The observatory there's no functioning observatory. You can't look through here and see the stars. You can't use these. If you want to see the stars, just go up on your ship, for God's sakes. You can also decorate that any way you want, upstairs and downstairs, and I have them all connected to the module here. So in my opinion, the DarkStar Astrodynamics is the best thing. Now on this planet I do have 2 outposts, because on the other side of the planet it provides lead, and then on the moon right next to me it provides helium and aluminum for me. And over here I get 4 different ones. I can't remember what they are. I think it's iron and that's the only one I can remember. Okay, there's a Gravis suit, or the Gravis suit. And I'm going to show you why it's the best one out of all the Starborn suits you can see. We're going to take a look at the stats. Physical, look at that. 415, 365, 365. And again, it used to be 264 across the board. And yesterday, that physical was 365 as well. So it changed today. So you were getting an increase of 101 per those three, and then whatever else came at the bottom. And yes, you do. I tried to get a different suit because there's stuff that I didn't need. Like I don't need the chameleon because I have that already. The acrobat, I didn't need that, but I just went with this just because I needed to try it out before I went ahead and did a video. I didn't just want to come in and do a video. I know people were doing videos the day of when this dropped, and the day after, and the day after, but I needed to experience it all so I can tell you guys what it is, what it feels like, what my opinions are on it, what I think you should use, and you can go from there. It's all depending on what you want. But this suit is good to have. It is the best one. It's my opinion that it's the best one, but statistically speaking, it is better when it comes to across the board at the top. But if you care about thermal, corrosive, radiation, and airborne, if that hasn't gone up, then you might find a Starborn a Starborn suit that does have those that have changed. They do change on the Gravis suit, but it's all depending on what you want. Now, I do have dynamic weather that I downloaded, so it's raining right now, but when I go on the ship, it's going to be nice and sunny outside. Don't know why, but it's a video game. And surprisingly enough, I haven't had any... I didn't have any glitches until yesterday when I landed at New Atlantis. I landed, and when I got out of my ship, I was under my ship. So that was the only one. So now we're outside, and we're going to go take a little spin in space. So you can see what this ship looks like in space, what it looks like in... when I take off, it's going to be dark because I recorded that part of this at a different time. But I wanted to show you when you stand up. See, he's not wearing his outfit. He's not wearing the Gravis suit. He's not wearing any Starborn suit. He's not wearing any suit except what he's wearing. But it is equipped, and it is hidden in settlements. But now this just made sense to me that you didn't have to wear it while you were inside your own ship. It just didn't make sense that you had to have that thing on all the time and on a breathable atmosphere of a planet. This works the same way by hiding it. It'll know when to show it and when not to show it. So it is something that I think is great to have. Plus, it gives you that, the better... that mod that you download for better suit concealment. It just makes it more fun because I don't want to see myself flying my ship in my Starborn outfit, especially if it's a Starborn with a rag on it and I look like I just came from the garbage can. So you can see his armor turns on or appears, and then you just stand and wait for a few seconds, and bam, it's gone. Not gone, but there. I have a utility box here. Like I said, the limitless, unlimited utility box. What's in there is my Batman outfit. The Zack Snyder version of Batman with Ben Affleck. It looks just like him. It has its own stats, but they're not as good as any of the other armor. So that is this bridge. I've never used this bridge before, but I do like it. I do have a bigger ship. There's a mess hall downstairs. I do have workbenches. I do have a science lab. I have a very, very long living quarters for everyone. And even though I'm not going to have 11, it's capable. Oh, there's Cora. but she's silent. She can't say shit. Thank God. So we're gonna take a trip up into space. So you're gonna see this change because I recorded the trip into space 2 days ago when I finalized this ship, because I did have this ship already, but then I made some improvements to it. And then I just been waiting. There's more improvements I can make now. There are more mods there. So when I took off for the first time to put in this video, it was just to go up there and show you what my top speed was, because at the bottom it said my top speed was 300. It's not 300, it's more than that. And I was going to show you how much speed it was when I would thrust. I did not expect when I took off and went into space, even though it can happen, that you would get into a fight. Now, the ships that attack me are low leveled, so they had no chance whatsoever. But let's just take a look at what the ship looks like when it takes off and what it looks like in space.
Ship's clear and the sky is falling.
And again, don't forget those 3 little blue dots are my warp engines. Those are the only engines I have. Right up here, my engines are at full capacity. My weapons aren't. But I was going to go that way. I turned away from the sun or the star because I wanted a better view for you guys. And then out came the Crimson Fleet. Now, I do have weapons that I do control manually, but some of them are automatic. And you can see when I thrusted, I did turn invisible. And if you've gotten the perk that's in the game, there is one in there that says when you thrust, the enemies can't hit you. Well, they can't hit you now. If you're invisible, they can't see you anyway. So we cleared them out, no problem. I only lost 3 on my shields, and that's gonna fix itself just now. So let's put everything back to where it was, and let's push this ship forward so we can see what the top speed is. And you might see it. If not, I'm going to tell you what it is. It stops at 467, but it does fluctuate between 467 and 468 at top speed, just flying and not doing anything else. So it is a fast ship. So if you're in a battle, you can see 468 goes to 467. But that's insane on its own, and I've seen faster, but I've never made a ship this good. And I love the ship, but I'm not done making ships yet, because with everything that's there, so much to do, and I plan to make so much more. So now let's see how fast this thing goes when I thrust, because it's still fluctuating between 468 and 467, but let's see how fast this sucker goes. Remember, you stay invisible until you're done with the thrust. It will stop at 1871. So if you're bombarded by a whole bunch of people, you'll be able to get out of it. Now pay attention to the right hand side where it says boost, because I'm going to boost again, and then I want you to see something that happens when I boost because of the engines and the improvements that some of these mods did. So watch the boost on the right hand side. It'll turn red because it's coming to an end, and look at that. It recharged before I finished coming back from my boost. It is changed the game. It has made it more fun. I am enjoying myself again. And there's a lot of things in the mods that will change what people have even listed in the mods. You know, change the vanilla formula that they had in there, where this just ups it. I don't like the fact that you do have to pay to get creator credits to buy some of the stuff, but I can see why they're doing it. I just don't like it. Most games do have microtransactions, but I don't like it. But they are a company. They're making money. That's their whole purpose. It's not about us. It's about them making cash, and that's what they want to make. You can still decorate this, and you can decorate the Starborn ship when you first come back from the Unity. That was one of the things that pissed me off, because it didn't have a bed in it, so you would have to go somewhere, find a place to sleep like you were a homeless hobo. Now you can put a bed right in the starborn ship. This is my long living quarters. This ship has a capacity of 11. I'm not going to have 11 people on the ship. It's too many people. Even on a big ship, I just don't like that many people anymore. So, guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, thumbs up. Hit the notifications button. Hit the subscribe button. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I want to thank the people who have subscribed to me. And if you watched any of my other videos, you know that I try and give you the best information possible, try and give you whatever I can. And if I make a mistake, I'm going to let you know by making another video saying that I screwed up. And I hope doing that is one of the things that makes you keep coming back to see what I've done. And maybe I won't put up a video as fast as everybody else, but when I put up the video, it's going to be accurate. I'm not saying that the other people who put up videos aren't accurate. I'm just saying mine will be as accurate as possible. Other than that, guys, do me a favor. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.